Hello, Dori Prado here with the South County Faith-Based Coalition, and today I'll be speaking with Mayor Roland Velasco from Gilroy, California, and I'll be checking in on him to see how he's doing with the current outbreak of COVID-19 in his community. Here in South County, we're all in this together.
We will get through this.
We'll make it through this. We'll make it together.
We will get through this. All of us.
This too will pass.
We will get through this.
We will get through this. We will get through this together.
That together there is no challenge too great for us to overcome.
Mayor Velasco, hello. Good to see you. On behalf of the South County Faith-Based Coalition, I just want to say thank you for joining me today. And on a personal note, I just want to say thank you. Every time I've reached out and asked, for your participation in whether a community event, speaking event, you're always available. So thank you for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Now, Mayor, really why I wanted to meet with you today is to talk a little bit about what's going on in our community and in the world in general, right? And really help our community in this time to feel a sense of community during these challenging times. With everything going on with the outbreak of the COVID-19, the shelter in place, kids being homeschooled, our community right now is living in fear of the unknown. So we thought that it would be a good idea to gather some short clip videos from our city leaders and people of faith within our community to share some words of encouragement, share a message of hope. And so I just have a few questions that I'd like to ask you.
Okay.
So the first question would be, how are you doing?
Well, thank you for asking. I'm doing good. It's a little isolated being here. Really feel disconnected from the community. As you know, there are no events going on. There's no way for us to really interact with the public, and I've always felt as an elected official that was really important, is to be able to get out in the community and just talk to people and check in with them. And the public is always willing to give you a piece of their mind and tell you what's going well, what's going bad, things like that. But just to be able to check in, I thought was really important. And right now we're not able to do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's important what we're doing right now. And, we want to share these messages with our community. So, Mayor, tell me and tell us, how are you and your family dealing with shelter in place? What does that look like for you?
Well, I ended up purchasing my wife a desk through Amazon because she's working from home now. And she's got her little home office set up. I'm kind of down here in the dining room area. I'm teaching a class over at Gavilan College, and so for the first few weeks of the semester, I was commuting to Hollister to teach the class, and now we transitioned to all online. And so it's been really difficult making some of those transitions, but it's absolutely necessary. And so it's been a struggle for me, for my family, making the change. And but we all have to do our part. We are all in this together, and we have to do our part to try to preserve the healthcare system.
Yes, I agree. Now, as mayor, how do you feel about the future of our community?
I think my message to the community would be, if we each do our part, if we take this seriously, this pandemic seriously, we will get through this. I'm a firm believer that each generation is tested, and this is our moment to shine. We can get through it. As I've said before, our world has been kind of rocked. Everything has been turned upside down. But at the end of the day, we will persevere. We will get through this. We'll get through it together. And most importantly, I want people to know that they're not alone. Even though we are sheltering at home, we're still just a phone call away from each other. And we could still check in on others, and we could do things individually and as a community to try to keep morale up and let people know that we're not alone. So I don't know what the future is, but I do know that there will be a point in time when things will get better and we'll be able to start to return to, our previous life.
Thank you. Well said, Mayor. And just the last thing, and you said quite a bit right there, that was from the heart, so I appreciate that, and I'm sure the community will as well. But the last thing would be, what would be one pearl of wisdom that you can leave us all with, that, how we're going to get through this?
I would say, don't lose the faith. Stay safe. Stay committed to your family. Be optimistic that things will get better. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about the situation we find ourselves in. And I think that combination of realism, trying to manage our family and trying to manage our health, and being smart about any activities that we might have to do. In other words, if we have to go to the grocery store, if we're smart about those things, I think later on we will see it pay off, because the pandemic will be over. Our healthcare system will be able to absorb the patients that do come in. All we're trying to do is flatten the curve and trying to buy some time. So that we don't see this mad rush of patients. So be realistic about the situation we find ourselves in, but at the same time, we have to be optimistic that we will get through this.
Thank you. And I believe that we do have a strong community, a strong leadership within the South County, and myself and many others, including you. We say we are Gilroy strong, Morgan Hill strong, South County strong, and we will get through this. I'm confident of that. So, Mayor, I just want to thank you for your time again. I appreciate you, and you be safe and be healthy. Bless you and your family, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing that. This is an asset to the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.